Now, have you heard some of the buzz about St. Johns County? Now, it's on the top of everyone's list for being one of the best places to retire, have been voted one of the best places to raise a family due to our #1 school district and our plethora of master plan communities. And of course, you probably heard about our world-renowned Christmas festival that happens this time every year, where we light up the entire historic downtown St. Augustine with beautiful white Christmas lights, and people come from all over. But is it really worth all the hype that people make it out to be? Well, in this video, we're going to be doing a video update on the pros and cons of living in St. Johns County, so you can see for yourself, is it really worth all the hype, and if it's a good fit for you and your family. So you want to be sure that you stay tuned. Started unpacking some of the details about the pros and cons of living in St. Johns County. I just want to take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Kashira Francis, aka Francis. I am a licensed Florida real estate agent, licensed throughout the state of Florida, but specializing in the areas of both Northeast Florida as well as Central Florida. Born and raised here, lived here in Northeast Florida for over 20 years, worked as an educator as well as worked for builders in this area. So I'm able to give you the inside scoop on not just new construction, but whether you're looking for an existing home, this area, whether you need to know good beaches, good restaurants, things to do in this area, best schools, this is the place for you. Or best place to get a vacation rental here in St. Johns County, this is the place for you. So if you want to join us, we would love to have you. Please be sure to push that like and subscribe button. All right, let's jump into our topic, which is the pros and cons of living in St. Johns County. One of the first things that throws people off is the location of St. Johns County. So St. Johns County is basically the entire county that covers a multitude of cities that run between Jacksonville and Palm Coast. So all the area where you see St. John's, Florida, Switzerland, Florida, Hastings, Ponte Vedra, Nocatee, etc. Nocatee is not a city, it's actually a master plan community. People get it confused. Downtown St. Augustine, the historic area, Volano Beach, all of those are cities inside of St. Johns County. So for Jacksonville, for instance, Jacksonville is the city, Duval County is the county. For Palm Coast is the city, but Flagler County is the county. Now, which brings me to my first pro of St. Johns County, which is its location. So one of the most beautiful things that everyone loves about St. Johns County is where it is actually located. Being that it's here, situated right here in Northeast Florida, on the west side of St. Johns County, we have the beautiful St. Johns River. And on the east side of St. Johns County, we have the beautiful Atlantic Ocean. So unlike other parts of, say, like Tampa, etc., we have the breeze that comes from the Atlantic Ocean, right? That keeps us cooler than other parts of Florida, and also gives us a chance to experience a touch of all 4 seasons without the winter. So within living in St. Johns County, at any point, you can get to either access to St. Johns River within 25 to 30 minutes, or get to the Atlantic Ocean within 25 to 30 minutes. No matter where you live in St. Johns County, you always have access to the water, which a lot of people love. Another great thing people love about St. Johns County location is that you're no more than 2.5 hours to Savannah. You're no more than 2 hours to beautiful, the city beautiful, which is Orlando, where you have experienced all the theme parks, another eclectic culture. You are less than 45 minutes to Jacksonville International Airport, and you're really less than 45 minutes to Fernandina Beach. So it really is an ideal location that people have gone to absolutely love. Other great things people love about St. Johns County is its city officials. Believe it or not, the city officials for St. Johns County are really, really conscious about keeping a pulse on listening to the residents, creating forums for you to speak out on how you feel, changes you maybe want to see in the city, and also being intentional about city planning. So one thing that I love about St. Johns County governing is that they have already started, they've already planned for growth. So with the growth happening with 12 to 15,000 people moving to St. Johns County a year, they've already slated for another 19 schools to be built over the next 10 years to actually plan for the growth that we currently have going on here in St. Johns County, which is superb. And they're excellent about bringing in different cultural events, from the Greek festival to that. There's constantly festivals and things going on in St. Johns County. You want to be sure that you go to the website that says visitstaugustine.com, and you'll learn about all the different events that happen year round, from the the As If 90s Festival, which is a really cool festival that they have. And there's always like fun things going on, especially closer to downtown St. Augustine as well. Now, as I mentioned earlier, our world-renowned Christmas festival that is happening right now, that happens every year between November and January, is another one that the city officials are just very intentional about bringing events that keep the city vibrant, to keep the economy healthy and strong. So let's go into our next thing about St. Johns County that makes it great as far as its population size. Now, even with the growth that we've had recently, it's still no more than under 300,000 people that reside in St. Johns County. Only 300,000 people that reside here. So it still has that small town feel, but not where, everybody knows necessarily everybody, but it's a small town feel where people are still very friendly, very hospitable. I rarely have ever had a bad customer service experience in St. Johns County or in St. Augustine, especially if I go right down, like near downtown St. Augustine to get my car service or whatever. It's always a very friendly, pleasant experience. It has other pros that people love about St. Johns County is our schools and our school district. As you know, St. Johns County has been rated the #1 school district in the state of Florida according to test scores. Now, one of the beautiful things, as I mentioned earlier, is that the city officials have already planned for growth, and they've already, even in the last few, like 3 years, they've already built another 3 schools, passed the budget for another 2 schools to be developed. So they're actively doing what they promised that they said they're going to do. And these the students in this area have really benefited because they now have some of the newest schools with some of the finest technology in them, because they've been built within the last 3 years. So they have some of the latest technology in these schools and some of the most innovative programs available to them. And let me tell you, whether you have kids or not, why it's important to buy a home in an area where there's a strong school district, because it helps protect your equity. In areas where the school district is strong, you will notice that there's not as much of a fluctuation in home prices and a loss of equity, because because of pure demand, people will always want to move to a place where there's good schools, because they want to give their kids the best of the best, right? So you will always see a consistent, stable house prices in area where the school district is actually strong. So let's move into our other thing that people love about St. Johns County that makes it a pro, is that you have a range of housing options here. So whether you want to live on the beach and just enjoy the ocean side, or whether you want to live on a golf course, or whether you want to live in like a luxury master plan community with luxury amenities and lay on the lazy river all day and just walk your kids to school because there's a school inside of your community, you have those options here. Whether you want to live in a historic, beautiful downtown St. Augustine in the old Spanish architecture, a house built by a Spanish architect, you have those options here in St. Johns County. You have a range of options here, and this is a great, amazing place for vacation rentals as well, for those that are interested in being investors in this area. Between our amphitheater that has one of the highest attendance rates and just the attraction of downtown St. Augustine that draws millions of people from around the world, investors do really, well with having a second property that generates them significant income. So this is really a great place, no matter whether you're an investor, whether you're a first-time home buyer, whether you're a move-up buyer, whether you're retiring. We have a little something for everyone here in St. Johns County, which is
Now,
a pro.
I hope you've enjoyed our glimpse into some of the pros of St. Johns County. Now, we are unfortunately out of time, so you want to be sure you stay tuned for the next video on the cons of St. Johns County, and be sure to check out our other video on the pros and cons of Jacksonville. Stay tuned, everybody.